What's going on, yo? Welcome back to the Scar Ralphian. We're gonna do another countdown video. One of these countdown videos. You know, I love these countdown videos, man. I just my favorite thing, man. I haven't done any music videos in a while. I got a list of music that people have sent me that they wanted me to react to. Old music, new music. But I wanted to do this reaction video to these 10 most dangerous animals in the sea, because I'm a person, I don't mess with seafood really. I'll eat it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you invite me over to your house, I'm gonna eat seafood. I'm not gonna be disrespectful and not eat the seafood, but I prefer not to, and I really don't mess with anything in the sea. You know, I don't mess with animals like that, you know what I mean? I'm no Steve Irwin. I respect nature, you know what I mean? And just things in the sea are just unpredictable. Everything in the ocean to me is dangerous, from the smallest fish to the biggest whale. So anyway, let's go ahead and watch this video.
There are many different types of creatures that live in streams, lakes, seas, and oceans. And while many of these creatures are harmless, there are many that are incredibly dangerous if you happen to have an encounter with them. These dangerous animals lurk beneath the surface of the water in a world vastly different than ours.
That's
and
right.
Must be deadly to survive.
God.
Join us as we take a look at 10 of the most dangerous water creatures.
Yo, I'm sorry, I had to pause it. Listen, the killer whales, they got the name killer for a reason. Like, somebody saw them do something that earned them that name, killer, that title. I don't care. I don't care about Free Willy. I really don't. They're killer whales.
Australian box jellyfish. This creature is not one to be messed around with if you happen to swim into a swarm of them. And while they may seem harmless, the Australian box jellyfish is considered to be the most venomous marine animal in the world. They have tentacles that are covered with tiny darts called
I've heard that before.
And they are loaded with poison. People and animals unfortunate enough to be injected with this poison may experience paralysis, cardiac arrest, and even death, all within a few minutes of being stung.
Fuck.
On top of this, their sting is said to be very.
I thought you said you're supposed to piss on it or something. Piss on the
box jellyfish, with body sizes reaching up to
on
1
the
foot in
wound.
diameter and thick bootlace-like tentacles up to 10 feet long. Another interesting ability of this jellyfish, apart from others that simply float where the current takes them, is that it can swim up to 4 knots, which is about 2 miles per hour. So beware if you happen to be in the water near the Indo-Pacific region and northern Australia.
Everything in Australia will kill you, man.
Flower urchin. Beautiful but deadly, these sea urchins are extremely venomous.
I saw this on 72 most dangerous animals. Yep.
They feed on invertebrates, sponges, and dead fish, and have well-developed jaws for grinding up their prey. This moderately large urchin has only short and inconspicuous spines, but it is covered with large flower-like stalked tentacles tipped with jaws, each with a red throat, and it is these that are dangerous. These tiny tipped tentacles can inject an extremely toxic venom through soft skin and can even sometimes pierce wetsuits.
That doesn't look beautiful to me.
Reported from the stings of this creature. So, if you ever encounter them, admire their beauty, but don't touch. The saltwater crocodile. Evolving around 200 million years in the Mesozoic epoch, crocodiles have far outlived the dinosaurs. The saltwater crocodile is the world's largest reptile, and they have been known to grow up to 27 feet long and weigh 2,465 pounds. Crocodiles are very fast over short distances, even out of the water. They have extremely powerful jaws and sharp teeth for tearing apart the flesh of their prey. The crocodile's bite strength is a bone-crushing 3,000 pounds per square inch.
Yo.
Compare that to 350 pounds per square inch.
Well, would I even compare it?
An idea of the power in this creature's jaws. Crocodiles are ambush hunters waiting for fish or land animals to come close, then rushing out to attack. Saltwater crocodiles have been known to hunt up and down beaches in the Amazon looking for prey, and have recently caught humans unaware. They have extremely powerful jaws and sharp teeth for tearing flesh.
You know, they got a lot of crocs here. I'm glad, you know, I was a little stressed that I didn't go on that little safari in the river yesterday over here. But I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad they extorted me. I'm glad I just gave them that $40. And because I don't know, man. Me, can you imagine? Because one of my plans was to film like as I was on the side of the boat, like to get a shot of like the side, put the put my camera down like this by the water on the side. You know what I mean? So I could get that side angle and stuff. And then what if a croc would? Because that water looks just like this. You can't see through it. It's just all muddy. It's just all like yellow or brown or tan, like this color of this hat. And that damn croc comes out and grabs me. There's no saving me. You know what? Fuck that. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad. Thanks. That was the best $40 I ever spent.
Textile cone snail. Mother Nature teaches us that anything in nature that is beautiful is most likely deadly, and a warning to predators and humans to not touch or disturb them. This holds true for the textile cone snail. Like all species within the genus Conus, these snails are predatory and venomous. It is a carnivorous snail which eats other snails and fish, and uses a radula, which is a biological microscopic needle that injects conotoxin into its prey. They are capable of stinging humans, therefore live ones should be handled carefully or not at all, as the conotoxin of this species is extremely dangerous to humans. In fact, a few microliters of this conotoxin, which is what this snail injects in one sting, is enough to kill 10 people. It is not wise to provoke this snail, as it can become aggressive, and their poison-loaded harpoons can easily penetrate a wetsuit. The sea snake. These highly venomous marine snakes are closely related and belong to the same family as the cobra. There are two independently evolved groups, the true sea snakes, which are related to Australian terrestrial elapids, and the sea kraits, which are related to Asian cobras. Unlike fish, they do not have gills and must surface regularly to breathe. Among this group are species with some of the most potent venom of all snakes. They can bite when provoked and can kill a human being depending on its size. Luckily, there have not been many human fatalities, but that can change. Some of the main reasons for this is because they do not have an aggressive disposition, their fangs are small, and they don't inject a large amount of venom when they bite. It is still recommended to not take chances with the sea snake. I'm still not gonna fuck with it. And to leave them alone if you encounter one.
I will.
The lionfish. Lionfish are skilled hunters using specialized bilateral swim bladder muscles to provide exquisite.
You would think it'd be called a tigerfish, not the lionfish.
Allowing the fish to alter its center of gravity to better attack.
Got stripes.
The lionfish then spreads its large pectoral fins and swallows its prey in a single motion. They blow jets of water while approaching prey, apparently to disorient them. The potency of their venom makes them excellent predators and hazardous to fishermen and divers, and can cause systematic effects such as extreme pain, nausea, vomiting, fever, breathing difficulties, convulsions, and dizziness. It is common to see them in saltwater aquariums, as they are one of the most beautiful and interesting saltwater fish. The stingray. Stingrays are a group of rays which are cartilaginous fish related to
When
sharks.
I was young, I thought these were sharks with wings on them. Like when I was little, I was a very stupid kid.
One or more barbed stingers on their tails, which are used exclusively for self-defense. The stinger can reach a length of 14 inches long, and its underside has 2 grooves with venom glands. The stinger is covered with a thin layer of skin, which is like a sheath in which the stingray's venom is concentrated. Some stingrays' mouths contain 2 powerful shell-crushing plates, and they feed primarily on mollusks, crabs, and other crustaceans.
You know, I don't. That looks funny. That looks like something's looking at you, just like. You know, I don't want to get bit by anything, eaten by anything. I don't want to get poisoned by anything. But I feel bad, like in SeaWorld, I think it is, they take the stingers out. You know what I'm saying? Or when they clip birds' wings, like that owl that I had on my video a couple videos ago when I went to go pet the hyena video. And they clipped his wings, and his wings are big, but they clipped him so he can't fly. I be feeling bad, man. Even when they cut cat's claws, I don't know. Like, I'm like, yo, just leave the animal alone. Don't mess with it. And, you know what I'm saying? You'll be all right. Have a goldfish.
They are only dangerous if disturbed, and they can use their tails with incredible precision to strike down any predator daring enough to attack it. Fatal stings are very
Stuff.
rare, but can happen. Most famously, in the death of Steve Irwin in 2006,
Oh my
a
God.
stingray felt threatened
Yo,
as Steve was diving
look at
while
the
very
size
close
of that thing.
and defended itself. in
Why
which
is
the
this guy
stinger went
swimming
through
next
his
to
heart,
that?
causing massive trauma. Blue-ringed octopus. This octopus has some of the most striking colors of any ocean creature. They get their name from the brightly blue-colored rings on its body. If they are provoked, they quickly change color, becoming bright yellow with each of the 50 to 60 rings, flashing bright iridescent blue within a third of a second as an aposematic warning display.
That's a nice little octopus.
Despite its
Though.
small size, carries enough venom to kill 26 adult humans within minutes.
Damn.
Their bites are tiny and often painless, with many victims not
See?
realizing they have been envenomed until respiratory depression and paralysis start to set in.
That's
And
my
then
biggest fear,
death
not being able to
after.
breathe.
Envenomation
Or buried
can
alive.
result in victims being fully aware of their surroundings but unable to breathe. Because of
Or
the
catching an
paralysis
STD.
that occurs, they have no way of signaling for help or any way of indicating distress. No blue-ringed octopus antivenom is available yet, making it one of the deadliest reef inhabitants in the ocean. Needlefish. These strange-looking creatures are very slender and have a single dorsal fin placed far back on the body. Needlefish are capable of making short jumps out of the water.
They're
at
some
up to
strange
37
animals,
miles
man.
per hour. Since needlefish swim near the surface, they often leap over the decks of shallow boats rather than going around. This jumping activity is greatly excited by artificial light at night. Some night fishermen and divers in areas across the Pacific Ocean have been attacked by schools of suddenly excited needlefish diving across the water towards the light source at high speed. Their sharp beaks are capable of inflicting deep puncture wounds, often breaking off inside the victim in the process.
Oh.
For many traditional Pacific Islander communities who primarily fish on
See?
reefs from low
You see what you-
boats, needlefish represent an even greater risk of injury than sharks.
Yo.
The moray eel. Most attacks stem from disruption of a moray's burrow to which they react strongly. But an increasing number of accidents also occur during hand feeding of morays by divers, an activity often used by dive companies to attract tourists. Morays have poor vision and rely mostly on their acute sense of smell, making it hard for them to distinguish between fingers and held food. In fact,
Why would you want to
numerous
feed 'em?
divers have lost fingers while attempting to hand feed a moray eel. Morays secrete a protective mucus over their smooth, scaleless skin, which in some species
Why would you want to
contains a
feed them?
toxin.
They could find their own food. Man, see, we're barely feeding other humans, and we want to feed moray eels. See, that I don't mess with anything in nature. Fuck that. Especially the ocean, man. The ocean is like the most gangsterest place in the world, man. Like anything goes. You can't be a little fish. You can't be a big fish. Everybody's up for grabs, man. Sharks. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who you are, man. There's shit out there that we don't even know about. Like, how do they know about all about that little octopus, but they ain't got a venom yet? Like, they know so much, but they don't got a venom yet. I mean, anti-venom. That's crazy, man. I don't mess with none. I don't even eat sushi. I don't even eat sushi because just the ocean just bothers me. You know what I mean? I go to the beach and it's just to chill in the sand. You know what I mean? And there's shit that can come out of the water and get you, like that coconut crab. Damn, man, you ain't safe nowhere. Shoot, man. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of this video. The original video is going to be in the description below, so is all the links to my Instagram and my social media, all my other stuff. My podcast on Anchor FM. Go listen to my podcast on Anchor FM. I usually, like I said before, do a video and I will go more into detail depending on the video is interesting enough. I'll go in more detail on the podcast and I'll add other stuff. I'll talk about other things. I'll talk about everything on my podcast. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. And I'll see you on the next smoke.